Hello, beautiful people. Today I'm talking about rebels and I'm talking about the best affirmation ever. I'll tell you all about it on the other side. So I'll tell you a few stories. Forgive me if you've heard these stories, but I like them. So the man said, when I was young, I was a rebel. I was a rebel and I wanted to change the world, and I would pray to God every day and say, give me the grace to change this world. Then I got to middle age and I realized that I hadn't changed the world. So I changed my prayer and I started saying to God, give me the grace to change the people who matter to me, family, friends, the people I come into contact with. And now that I'm of an old age, I realize that I haven't changed anybody. And so I've changed my prayer. And my prayer is, God, give me the grace to learn how to change myself. Okay. That's the journey that we're on. But it's good to be a rebel. I'm not criticizing rebels. I would suggest that we all rebel. And that's rebelling against what they want us to be, which is nothing, which is meaningless. So, you know, it's kind of, it's interesting because when I am given a doctrine, right, I instantly push back against the doctrine. Doesn't matter who's given me, whether it's on people on our side or people on the other side. I just don't like doctrines. I don't like rules. When somebody gives me a rule, I say, why am I doing this? What's the reason behind it? Does this make sense? You know, is this something reasonable? You know, because we do need rules, but we only have one, don't we? Which is do no harm. It's an easy rule to follow. Very easy. It's easy to know if you're following it or not. But we need to be rebels. So I'll tell you the story about this man, or this bar, right? This big man walks into a bar and he shouts, "Is Murphy in here?" And this little drunken man at the bar says, "Hey, Murphy." Well, the man went up to him and he pulled him off the chair and he started lacing into him, broke his ribs, knocked a tooth out, knocked him to the floor. And then he left him on the floor, and everybody was looking at this guy, and as they looked, they noticed that he was laughing. They said, "What are you laughing at?" He goes, "Ha, that showed him I'm not even Murphy." Okay? Now, he was a rebel, but I'm not entirely sure that's a good rebellion. I think that's just dangerous rebellion. Okay? But I heard a beautiful expression, and it was this: be a rebel, because the society that domesticates its rebels gains peace, but loses its future. And that's kind of what they are wanting to do. They're wanting us to lose our future, to domesticate us. And you know what domestication is? That's what sheep are, is it not? Yeah. So let's be rebels. You see, the power that we have is in the word no and the word yes, which I'm going to come to. But the power of the word no, but you know, not no angry no, not no pushback no. The no that we have power with is the one where we say, no thank you. Thanks a lot, but no thanks. You know, like we do with Jehovah's Witnesses when they come knocking to the door. No thanks. Yeah, not for me. So that's the power that we have, the power of no. I'll give you a little story, just something that what I'm aware of is that we have tremendous power in our wallets. Our wallets have tremendous power. If we subscribe to something and we give it our money, we give it our power. And if we take our money away, we take away our power. Yeah. And I don't know if you're aware, but Netflix recently has been messing around with, I mean, they've been doing all kinds of stuff. They went extremely woke, and then because they lost tons of people, they had to fire all of the woke staff. Yeah. So there's like this portion of stuff that they brought out was just like more woke than, oh my God, it was horrific. Yeah. Like Anne of Cleves or whatever. And Anne with an E. But they have rescinded that. Why? Because everybody left. Loads of people left. And what they did was, again, they said we used to have one account that 3 members of the family shared in different houses. And they said, we're going to take that away now. Everybody has to pay their own. And so they had this big outcry. And they said, oh, well, we won't do it then. Yeah. And then 2 weeks later they said, yeah, we will do it. Okay, so basically I've cancelled the Netflix thing. I've just cancelled it. And I said, well, just cancel it, because if they need to see that people are not happy, and then they may change it, and then we could always go back if we wanted. I don't really like Netflix anymore. It's I don't know, it's got a bad feel about it, especially when I found out who the CEO is. You know, it's Sigmund Freud's relative, isn't it? So yeah, the power is with the word no. Yeah, and to do that, we've got to be rebels. We've got to stand up and say no, but in a nice way. In a nice way. And one of the easiest ways is to withdraw our support financially. So I heard the best affirmation I've ever heard. And really it describes everything that we need to hold inside. And the affirmation goes like this: for everything that has been, thank you. For everything that will be, yes. And I heard that and I thought, wow. And I'll tell you for why I like that. Because it doesn't say for every good thing, thank you. And for every good thing that will be, yes. No, it says for everything that has been, thank you. And for everything that will be, yes. So what that does is, that is surrender. That is surrendering. That is, I am not going to cosmically order everything and make sure everything's wonderful in my life. No, it's, you show me what I've got to do. You show me the path that I've got to be on. And so I would recommend that we take that it's a sentiment. It doesn't have to be those words, but the sentiment of thanking everything, being grateful for everything, the good and the bad. Yeah. And I'll finish with just a little, you know, every now and again, the emissaries are funny. Yeah. Every now and again they say a little pun or something like that. So I said to them, I was out and I was meditating with them, and I said, so give me an update. What's happening in this world of fakery and quackery? And I was thinking, you know, quackery about the medical world, because we've been talking about it on Peaceful Rebellion. And the emissary said, well, in this world there is fakery and quackery, but remember, whilst fakery and quackery are happening, there's also a lot of awakery happening. Okay? They were their words. A lot of awakery. And I think that's what I want us to focus on. Let's focus on the awakery, not the fakery and the quackery. There's enough of them. I mean, God, you know, it couldn't be any. The fakery is incredible on the old Ukraine photos at the moment. Like two of the Ukrainian leader, him and his double, just wandering about. I mean, and the stand-in looked lost. You're like, have you noticed this? He has to have his arms like that, like an action man. I mean, I think he's been coached into that pose, action man pose, like this in his fatigues. Yeah. But the other guy looked lost. I don't know whether he's a speaker or whether he's just a stander. He's probably a stander. Yeah. Anyway, let's not get sidetracked into that quackery and fakery. And let's focus on the awakery. I love you all. I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.